please welcome on stage the main man, Lawi. Thank you.
Our music guest, Lawi, is a talented Afro-jazz artist whose music seeks to celebrate and preserve Africa's culture and identity. The talented artist returns once again with his single Zitsulo, a Chichewa word for still, which calls to celebrate life in its beauty and splendor. Born and raised in Malawi, Lawi got involved with music at a very young age, playing guitar in church and piano. He has worked with quite a number of artists and with so many projects under his belt. He now joins us via Zoom to tell us more about himself and his music. Lawi, a very good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. Welcome.
Hi, thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure, man. Your new single, Zitsulo, which translates to Still, is currently out. Take us through the song and why the title?
You see, as musicians, we have such a great gift to make beautiful music from steel and wood. And this song was just a tribute. Like I was just tipping my hat to all musicians for the great gift that they offer the world.
And for those that don't know you, how would you describe your sound?
So my music is it's a fusion of Southern African traditional music and jazz. So I'm just hoping that the rest of the world will fall in love with the sound, man.
Mm-hmm. And you started off playing music at church before venturing out on your own. How do you think this has helped shape you into the artist that you are today?
I think church for many African musicians, it's a learning ground. You grow, you interact with fellow musicians, but also perfect your art. Because many people's backgrounds is that they can't afford music instruments, and so like personally, I learned a lot of music from the church because there were fellow young musicians who were passionate, equally passionate, and they poured out to me, and also with the guidance in the church, it led me towards discovering myself and my purpose.
And your music seeks to preserve African cultures and heritage. Why is this so important to you?
Our forebears did a great job in raising us to understand who we are as Africans. And I think this is our responsibility now as young Africans to preserve, but also share the beauty of Africa with the next generation of young Africans. I remember listening to Brahu at some point where he was sharing about heritage restoration, and that should tell you that we have lost something along the way. To give you a very good example, when you receive a visitor in your home, you don't adapt to their ways. They rather adapt to yours. When you're in Rome, you do as Romans do, and so I believe that somewhere along the way, this is what we have done. We have forgotten who we are and embraced the ways of the visitors in our home, and that will have consequences along the way because there'll be cultural degradation. There'll be a loss in principles, in values, and I think this is a better time for us to quickly take a look at what we have done wrong and get back on track, so that future African generations should do well.
And with only a few weeks left before you wrap the year 2020, what can people expect to see from you?
So we have some great music lined up, man. I'm teaming up with my big brother, Eric Paliani. He used to play with Brahu, and it's going to be awesome. And we're going to share more of this information on our social media platforms. We look forward to interacting with people.
All the best, Lawi. Thank you so much for chatting to us this morning.
I appreciate it, and thank you very much for having me, man.
It's an absolute pleasure, man.
wonderful.
Well, that was Lawi talking to us about his latest single, Zitsulo, which is currently out and available on music streaming platforms.